Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Freeze Friday. So let's see what I got done this week, where I stand with the goals that I set last week and the goals that I have for next week. So far I am loving this experience. I am so enjoying revisiting my stash, finding some long forgotten and neglected lovely treasures in my stash, playing along with my friends. So now for Freeze Friday, Christy will be putting up a video today. Shannon will be putting up a video as well. So it helps us stay accountable and it helps us share and hopefully provide some of you with some inspiration. And welcome to the new Freeze Gang members this week. A few of you have decided to join us on the journey for whatever and however that is or means to you. So if you recall, last week I had a goal of 4 layouts, and yay me, I got 4 layouts done. The first goal was, of course, to get to that 4th layout from Palooza 2 before moving on to Palooza 3, which was a blast all day Saturday. I'm not going to talk about it here this week because it's not really, I had an awesome day. I did get a layout that I will be sharing here done. The remainder I will be sharing when they are complete or when it's time. So this was a layout from Palooza 2 that I wanted to get done. And this was all about circles and a lovely sort of framing design with the photos being in circles as well. And these photos are from a trip to ex-Yugoslavia when it was still Yugoslavia. It was a business trip back in 1991, 92, I believe. And this is Belgrade, and this is a day that we had part of the day to ourselves, I think, on the weekend. And one of my colleagues who was quite used to going to Yugoslavia took us to the big open air market. So different size circles placed all the way around to create a lovely frame, but still leave a little bit of white space. And what you see here is actually some stenciling, but the way I used the stenciling was by tracing. So that was fun. Cut up parts to put the title, which so happened to fit perfectly for these photos. And I put myself some lines here for some journaling, added a few enamel shapes and enamel dots all the way around it. And there you go, it's done. So mainly paper, which I think is fun and very frugal. And then we went on to How to Kill a Kit with Style for October, and the photo play kit that I had received from Christina from Redefine Creative back in May for International Scrapbooking Day. So this was one of the 3 layouts that she had done on Facebook Lives that day. That's the public group, so I will link it below just in case you haven't joined. A lovely sort of diagonal design here. And then all of these are some not cut aparts, from another sheet, from this sheet here, where you have all these little rulers all along. So cut some out, did a little bit. This here is one piece. The 3 in the back is one piece. 2 little pieces that I overlaid, and then I added this little portion of the sticker because I found I had this joint here where the 2 pieces were joining was just a little bit sort of wonky and weird. 2 stickers from the sticker sheet, this one flat to the photo and the die cut on the back, and I put this one on foam tape. This here is a frame from the die cut pack. This is also from the die cut pack. There's 2 that I've mounted on foam, Born to Scrap, and the little heart. This part here I've added on some foam tape some pieces of the ruler, and I'm sorry, there you go, Friday morning, our recycling day. And I have the window a little bit open because we are having Indian summer here, and it's beautiful. Now, compared to the original and to compare to what Christina did, I sort of cut this the wrong way. These were supposed to be this way, but hey, there you go. Doesn't really matter to me. This lovely cut apart, this lovely cut file for the title, and there you go. And this will be the introductory page. I'm not quite sure where or how I'm going to journal. I don't know whether I'm going to do it here, maybe here in black. I think this is the way I am leaning, but this is going to be the introductory page to that mini series that I'm doing all about my passion for scrapbooking and the scrapbooking community. So I did get that one done. Then I went into my stash and did use one of those page kits or mini kits or whatever you want to call them that I put together with you last week. And this I did get done during Palooza because one of the layouts, to just sort of give us a little bit of a break and let us breathe a little bit, was a stash dive layout. So this, I went into the kits that I prepared last week, got this page done. This will also be in the mini-series album about scrapbooking, my inspiration wall. Then I have a couple of shadow boxes on the wall where I switch out and change out layouts every once in a while with some of my favorite layouts. My lovely Raskog cart, which this photo I took, I think this photo is quite old. It's when I sort of set up the Raskog cart. It's overflowing now. It does not look as neat as this, but there you go. This is a cut apart from Maggie Holmes' paper pad that my lovely friend Sharon sent me. And then this was from a 6x6 paper pad that I added to the kit. Oh, let me see if I can find that without making you wait forever, because I went into my 6x6 paper pads. There it is. And I went to get Dear Lizzie, Daydreamer, which I got from Citrus Twist in March 2014. And look at that, I actually kept records back there. I couldn't tell you now where half of my 6x6 paper pads came from. But I have added this to the mini kits that we put together last week. And I have a playlist, so if you missed last week's video, to get up to par about these kits, you can just go back into the playlist. But I will also maybe put a card, I'm not sure if I'm pointing in the right place, but you know, one of those cards up here to that video. So I got that one done, got a few acrylic pieces out of those lovely bowls on my desk, some of the die cuts that I had taken out. This was a little bit of a half tag that was just sitting on my desk, and some beautiful sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps, of course, and last but not least, my beloved Freckled Fawn cameras. And then I went back into the kits that we put together, but this goes all the way back to the little kit that I put together based on the Bo Bunny Weekend Market kit. And this is actually, I believe this is from Heidi Swap, or Maggie Holmes. This back paper here. This is definitely from Maggie Holmes, the banner. This is just cardstock. And I think this might be from Heidi Swap, Emerson Lane. And this is also for the Nicole Jones 911 Scrapathon 4, which a few of my Freeze Gang buddies are following along with me and taking that class. So I finally got one page done, which was a goal as well. I got this in. This is from my grandniece's prom this year. She graduated from high school and is now on to college. And the prompt for day 2 of Scrapathon 4 was banners. So there you go. I got a few, and these are from Moonstruck that I had on my desk, the die cut. So I got this lovely gold butterfly, which I put on Pop Dots. this is and I put that here because there really wasn't a lot of that color, but I thought this dress here of one of Adela's friends sort of stuck out a little bit. So I thought if I put that there, it'll sort of make everything seem to fit. And then in this lovely flare, there's a paler version, a toned down version of the shade, but there's a little bit of that color as well. 2 flares, tons of Heidi Shine, gold Heidi Shine on this one as well. And I took a little bit of inspiration. Crafty Jen Scow had put a sketch up in her Crafty Use It or Lose It Facebook group last week, and one of her friends, CJ, had done a layout, a 6x8, which was mainly the sort of large banner with the photo in the middle. So I took a little bit of inspiration from that with just a little bit of a diagonal feel here, some gems and some enamel dots. So I really am working through my stash of enamel dots. As you know, I am moving over to Nouveau drops, so I am trying to use those up. So there you go. So for me, that is goal met. 4 layouts, using my How to Kill a Kit with Style, using the mini kits that we put together last week, getting one of the prompts from Scrapathon 4 done, and one of the layouts from International Scrapbooking Day of 2018. So there you go. Now, I'm going to just show you quickly what's on my desk. The next layout we're going to do, still working with that lovely kit. And I mentioned last week, oh, I forgot, because I showed you all the photos, but I had not thought about card making. So I've printed up a couple of card making photos this week. Got a little page kit put together with this Happy Mail, the Copic 12 by 12 from Photoplay. I got this cardstock from Stampin' Up, and I think it is Poppy Parade, which is a sort of lovely tomatoey red. And then this sheet from Chanel. There we go. So that is on my desk with this little die cut. We'll see where that, so definitely need to get that one done. And now on to this week's dirty little secret. And I actually left the dust on here so that you can see. I love Vicki Boutin. I love her Friday Night Lives. I love all of her mixed media. Had to have them all. Told Christina as they come out, get them into my cube. I need them. I got them all. And look, nothing is open. Nothing is open. I've looked a little bit just so I could see the shades. Not one of these has been used. Shame, shame, shame on me. So that is definitely a goal for the rest of the month. I need to use these beautiful art crayons. Need to use these gorgeous watercolor markers. I've seen Christy use them, and they are beautiful. I follow religiously with Vicki Boutin Friday Night Lives. Now, in my defense, the pigment powders I only received because I ordered those, I think, in July. And as I combined kits for shipping, I actually got them with my Palooza kit only last week. So, in all fairness, I probably could not have used those yet. But the watercolor markers I have had since May or so, and the art crayons at least since then, if not a little bit earlier. And it's odd because I love what she does, but you know, sometimes you see some beautiful work and you think, oh, that's going to be gorgeous. I need these products. And then you're sort of a little intimidated by the product, because oddly enough, I've used gelatos, and I mean, these are different, but I've used my gelatos without even thinking, but I have not used the art crayons. I've used other watercolor, not markers, but lots of watercolor mediums, but not these. So I really need to get over that, and to get those out, get them on paper, and start using them and creating, as Vicki says, creating the magic. So hold me to that. I need to do that this week. And oddly, really just wanted to show you this one because I have a whole video on this, and I will link it below, because in August, while I was on holiday, one of Vicky's Friday Night Lives was using the pigment powders, the art crayons, and the pigment powders I hadn't received yet, and the Wildflower and Honey stencil I had not received yet. I still haven't got those. Those are on their way to me. But I decided to still follow along, do her technique using my stash. And you see, I wasn't intimidated, and I used the technique. I used my own stencils. I used some Perfect Pearl pigment powders that I had in my stash forever. Used some mists. Long story short, did the technique, love the page, but used products from my stash instead of these gorgeous products, which I had these I had available to me. These I did not. I don't know. Do you have products that you absolutely love, needed to get? I mean, other than paper, I think we all do that every once in a while with paper, but other than paper, do you have supplies that you absolutely needed and absolutely love, but for some reason haven't started using, keep looking at them, keep touching them, and are maybe a little bit intimidated by them? Let me know. So that is this week's goal. We need to get these done. So we'll see. We might come back with just a couple of layouts or maybe a ton of backgrounds. I'll see what I have for you on next Friday Freeze. Please go back and see the playlist. Let me know what you think about those lovely hoarded products. Let me know if there is anything specific you would like to see me cover in any of the Freeze Fridays, and pop on over to Christy and Shannon sometime today. They will have their Friday Freeze up for your inspiration and enjoyment. See you next week. Bye.